control after that one. But these comps, super interesting. Mitch pulling out the Sage. Last night we saw, I believe it was version 1, try that one on out. And while they lost Fracture, I feel like they found some good success with it. I do have concerns about the solo Brimstone, but this one, either way, just going to be bound to be interesting. Is this the trap card, or is this a mistake for Cloud9? We're about to find out.
We get to see if OPTIC Gaming gets sent to the Shadow Realm, or well, just map 3, or else they can continue their trek on this reclaim to fame, looking for that #1 spot in North America. And there's that wall coming out. So Bren talked about what the Viper kind of brings, and tossing out that Viper wall and always creating that paranoia of they could head this way, they could not. And I like the Sage here in a situation like this, where this is immediately just cutting off one of those ideas. This is immediately getting rid of that one. Now they do know that they're here, so the Sentinel doing Sentinel things, getting information. What do they decide to do off the back
Here's
end?
the thing, right? Look over towards the north side of the map. There's a trip. When that's broken, they'll have to at least send one player back to investigate, or else they risk being pinched in this one.
Well, it looks like that one player going back is actually Vanity. So they want to stay and fight for this A main control. The rest of the team, meanwhile, now going to look to fight backwards. Victor taken down across the ropes. The rest of OPTIC will go, and everybody wants to play this drop position. Yeah. It's a player down in Victor falling. The spike will plant for 5v4 no less as Jay comes around the corner. Let's see if he starts hot like he did in the last one. Unfortunately, he's immediately answered, taken down by Leaf. And only 3 remain here for the attack to try and play defense as they defend the spike. The shorty comes around the corner, but it's not going to be enough. And the kill feed is flooded red, and maybe even more so as Marv, the last one standing. But they're both so low. It's 3 on the round for the Astra, and it's up.
I thought that was going to be an issue. I was afraid they were going to have to concede, but no. They feel comfortable in holding their ground there. That very well could have been a C9 round if not for the massive performance from Marv there, especially late in towards the 1v1. No force buy this time out of Cloud9. It said they'll just stick down with the frenzies, few classics to work with, but you never see the headhunter coming.
Wow.
Leaf starts things strong. Now where does this call for the re-aggression? Because the thing is, drop is set up as a bit of a trap here. A player already in close. Is Zeppa going to buy a peek? No, doesn't matter either way. Mitch is cleared on through, so man advantage now even on out as Zeppa looks to make his play, take his opportunity, but falls as the orb should eventually be grabbed on through, and instead it will be given on over to Marv. Keeps him 1 off of that Astra wall. However, it's not an A-site hit. Instead, they're heading back towards this B site. The tripwires, or excuse me, those trademarks instead are down, so it could have been a risk of a flank. They're worried about that. They want to re-clear the space instead.
They'll fight for it. Leaf has since picked up a weapon, though. Finding that kill onto Ye means there's a Spectre in hand. Unfortunately, the health just isn't really a whole lot to write home about, and that's done. From Zeta just missed the players pushing up towards Dish. Things swing back in favor of OPTIC. In doing so, now the spike being planted. And Cloud9, I mean, there's really no other option, right? Just send yourself at this one. Look to do some extra damage. See if you can take away some of these weapons and maybe force a reinvestment going into the bonus. Well, it's going to be the classic. First up to the plate, Nebula Smoke to keep Leaf at bay. He's just going to hop on out. He's low HP. Well, now he's no HP. Leaf is fallen, and Vanity and Zeta, what can he do with the pistols? Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like a whole lot.
No, Zeta's already been spotted. He should get taken down here in due time. FNS, 1 away from his ult. Marv is well to play retake after that ultimate.
And they also want to fight for one of these immediate orbs, right? Unfortunately, it doesn't quite seem like the right orb. The A main orb is free for the taking on the opposite side. They do push aggressively into tree, though, and Marv just on the other side to retrieve. It's a closer angle here, and the Spectre out on top. Zeppa falls. Leaf gonna find a kill across the map. Zeta will be there to trade one back. Rolling Thunder queued up, but with all that commotion, doesn't seem like OPTIC want to invest it just yet. A flash out of A main. The wall taken care of, and maybe options now to weigh on the minds of OPTIC as the headhunter just over the top. It's Ye. That is headhunted instead. Here comes the Rolling Thunder from Sands. Leaf just can't stand for long enough, but guess who was unaffected? Mitch and Zeta both as 3.
We see a lot of these north side of the map pinches, but normally they come from arcade. This one instead is a heavy play out towards Dish. I think it's a Brim stim early, and then they just try and fight that space. But just on the other side, towards the south side, A main has been lost. So now this forces a regression, a re-clear of that space. Cloud9 starts to get a little bit nervous, but they still keep players up here. Oh, no. That boombot, it might have just missed Ye. No, it spots him. He's in trouble, but Zeppa late on the swing. So now this is a 1v1, and Ye, sure, he's wounded, but the bounce back, that micro is impeccable to isolate the 1v1. Bring this back to a 4v4. But I talked about the Asterol. It goes up now, but not before Leaf gets ahead of it. Finds a fight to regain advantage to Cloud9.
And I think he still has a rendezvous in hand. I was thinking that he might put it down to try and get atop the box. It will be answered for, though. Taken down, so no teleport available. FNS cooking inside the incendiary. Will walk his way on out of that and eventually fall. That's the spike down. And OPTIC, they've got full rifles. Unfortunately, they don't have a full team here to do it in a 2v4. Marv just around the corner. The backstab is here. Vanity, it slips away for just a second. And Victor battles back huge. 3 kills on the round. And now our head-to-head comes to fruition. And it's Zeppa out on top.
Dude, Zeppa not really a team to play that, Agent. They pull it out here on Fracture, and it's looking good early on.
The compositions of Cloud9 do seemingly continue to evolve. It was a desk a few days ago saying, you know, every few maps, they're usually switching up the comp that they're playing.
Yeah.
Always keeping the opposition guessing, as a poison cloud this time will be enough. Cut off the vision here for Zeppa. Yay on the other side, and the Headhunter. That lands for naught, as Leaf takes a bit of chip damage. All quiet on the western front thus far, but look at the tower control. Victor already up top. Leaf trying to answer for it. Crashes on the swing, doesn't find too much. Instead, tries to sneak his way out, and Zeta won't allow it. Victor now proper on the site. Showstopper available. A boombot there as well. Oh my goodness, here we go. What they've been able to muster up is starting to work. A Sheriff kill, a Spectre kill, an upgrade to Marv. And Leaf feels his position, shooting at the boombot that may not have noted him. A couple of kills swing back in favor of Cloud9, and they may have reeled their way back into this round. Don't want to give up the Thrifty just yet as the fault line queued up. 3 alive on the side of the defense.
Showstopper for Victor, though. He can buy time. As long as this clock ticks on down, Victor can win this, even if it's a 1 versus 2.
And there's that showstopper. Now cuts it down to a 1v1, but he gives up too much to Leaf. You give him an inch, he'll take a mile, as Leaf starting to come online here on the defense, and we'll put Cloud9 in the lead.
Well, there's a world where he wins that. Honestly, Showstopper, he was forced to use it early. Trademarks, it does seem like the internet issues are shored on up. So, we'll head back into the action here. As again, OPTIC look to fight for that orb control outside of B on 2 fronts. However, Leaf is here. He has a rendezvous to get away.
Tour de force just around the corner. Ye might not have the low angle held here. Crashies, re-equipping his weapon. Rendezvous back into the spawn. And while things reset on the side of Cloud9, meanwhile, OPTIC, they still want to take this B site. They've assumed their position in Arcade. This one uncontested as they creep up into tower now. But only 4 players standing on the top side of the map. Paint shells to clear out Canteen. Leaf on the inside of the Nebula. Going to make sure that nobody pushes through this site for free. And Vanity taken down early here in the site take. And that spike's going to get planted. So the vision denial was good enough for OPTIC. Scoop their way onto the side. Another smoke to come on down, and Marv just on the inside, but he's stunned up. It's Victor there to make sure. Oh my goodness, over the top goes Zeppa, and he finds 2, and Ye takes a headshot on the way out. If it was a Vandal, he'd be dead, but it was a Phantom, so he survives with 10 HP. But Cloud9 have battled their way back into this round, and that spike, it goes halfway. The Aftershock to force him off the Rolling Thunder as well. And how do they answer for this? It's Ye in your face. It's El Diablo creating the chaos. And it's OPTIC to tie us.
A round where Cloud9 had the opening pick. It was Vanity who got caught off guard. I'm not sure if it was the timing on a smoke, or the smoke dropped when he died, but either way, it's a tough turn for sure for Cloud9, as they will be on this lesser buy. They want to fight aggressively for A main, but Victor immediate on the punish. Sure, Zeppa can line up too, but wait a minute. They're not clearing Leaf. You have to clear Leaf, but he runs out of ammunition. It gets so awkward, but out of nowhere, Leaf pulls. Like, Crashies has that pit that he earned up 2 rounds ago. Well, this is going to be fast, though. Really raise aggression.
And they want to make sure that this orb does not go the way of OPTIC, right? They have 2 ults. They're so close to him. Showstopper and Cosmic Divide just around the corner. And this is arguably one of the easier orbs to fight for, but it doesn't matter. They don't need to grab those orbs for the ults. They'll just find the kills. Zeta, he plants his feet. He finds 2 in response. With Cloud9 still a player down at the end of the day. The Massacre and B-Tree It's OPTIC out on top. As the Op, unfortunately, can't get too much done, and there's the win condition for OPTIC. Get crashes onto the site and allow for the pit to go down, but it immediately falls. Yay, unaware of Leaf's positions, and the A will get that chamber backed up as the headhunter. Wasn't enough to close it out. Vanity will be, and Cloud9 do it.
They're talking about a punishment. We thought it would be going the way of OPTIC, and, well, it's come on through. Lesser weapons in this round, that force by finding relatively little impact, and I actually like that from Crashies. So many players are falling victim to this north side crunch on the bridge. He doesn't. Holds away, knows it's a possibility, so doesn't die to it. And now they just reaggress once that space is cleared. I really like this from OPTIC for an eco round. However, it's the Sage. It's a wall. Not many teams are playing this, but you really can get a lot of value on this one. OPTIC either have to make noise and be forced to break this one. Zeppa will hear that, and yeah, that's the decision. He knows he's ready. There is a headshot angle over top, which could get a little bit weird, and, well, it does with that headshot connecting. However, it was over towards the other side of the map. That was on A. That was a lurk that goes on down. So now we'll reset into a 4 versus 4, and the resurrection annuls all wrongs.
And Zeppa taking damage. I mean, he's not safe. The Sheriff's starting to piece together some kills here for OPTIC. Down one at the A site. Get another one, and with the low HP, Zeppa's still here to fight. Op gonna get its way on into the kill feed as the Rolling Thunder comes on through, and OPTIC, they can't scrape together.
Talk a lot about it, but it's because it's so crucial on this map. That breach, a complete game changer in the confined spaces of Fracture, and it looks like they might want to go for it. Towards B, it's going to be FNS on one side. I'm wondering if this is going to be the ult from underneath. No, he looks to group up with his team as plenty of space has been bought here early on, but minimal extremity control. And you see that in A lobby. There's already been a push. There's a trademark on the other side, so it's a 4-stack here for Cloud9. They know what's up.
That they do, and they've been conceding tower control just about the entire game. This time they have somebody to fight for it. Oh, and the showstopper, it gets a little weird. Victor doesn't quite land the first blast back. Now he has to try and bunny hop his way on through, but it gets silenced by Zeppa as Yay gets one in response. They're traded right back, and now the kill feed floods blue as Vanity picks up 3.
There's only one lane you can be coming from, so everyone focuses on it, and they shut down completely. FNS just too late to the party. The wall was still up. He's isolated. He dies for it. Oh, against Pistol. Leaf will win those.
That he will now. Yay, maybe gonna try his hand with the headhunter, and he's gonna be hunted himself, taken down. Nice shot. The body is all Leaf needs. There's one kill found on the opposite side. Mitch to go down, and once more, tower control conceded. Over to OPTIC. And a weapon in Victor's hands is a scary place to be in. Okay, orbital strike forces the plant to come off for just a second. They look to go back to it. Victor's 13 HP just on the other side.
Oh, look, it's glitched some way. He cannot get too close to it whatsoever, despite it not displaying graphically. That's a weird interaction, but Vanity doesn't care about that whatsoever. He pushes. The Molly helps his zone for him, so he can make that heroic play off, I believe, a flash from Zeta. Marv's alone in this one. He does have his wall down, so a fight isolated, but the spike not within his possession. The wall now falling, shots whiffing, and it's just slow coming through. Leaf converts off of it. C9 take 8, and now...
They'd obviously like to have an 8-4 half, if possible. Look at the aggression from Cloud9, though. It's on the opposite side. They concede the orb out towards B Tree. They want to fight for Arcade, and with that Crashies, he's just getting the heck out of there. Wants to get out of dodge. Link up 5 strong towards his free side. Push onto the site. Victor immediately answered, but he gets one with the paint shells. So perfectly timed paint shells there. Find his own trade kill. Gets his own rebound as Vanity fights for tower once more. The molly goes down, and Marv forced to push on through it. So much damage chipped away, but the players are starting to fall on the side of Cloud9, and Leaf has to do it here. In a 1v2. The Vandal, the tour de force, it doesn't quite have the angle, and unfortunately for OPTIC, they don't quite have that spike.
I think they were new, waiting for the star to charge back up. They do that, smoke one angle. Now they have to know that the only way Leaf can fight this is from the position he's in. They're taking their time in this one. Are making a play. I mean, there's a risk to this. If the timing is right on the turnaround, it's an isolated 1v1, but I don't think Leaf will be prepared. He's not looking the right direction. Marv should have this one locked down, and he backs straight into the Astra. Same situation.
Where Leaf starts so hot, yeah, it usually starts a little bit slower. That's what we saw in Haven. And then it's the inverse as we swap sides and go into that second half. So we'll see if that comes to fruition, because right now, Ye is getting chamber dipped. Maybe not in the direct head-to-head, but the numbers that Leaf's been able to put up. Cloud9 keeping it quick, keeping it scrappy. They stomp their way out towards the A site. They split into sands, and okay, utility kills coming on through. Victor does it again with the paint shells, and Mitch tries to get one as they scoot away. And unsuccessful in doing so, but the A site, it's been given up. Unfortunately, the spike needs to be retrieved, and Zeppa will do so, but a 3v4 situation. Health is low, the wall is up, so there's only one direction to come from, unless Marv can start to get those Chevrolegs moving.
We'll have to see if he can in this one. Crash, he's on the jump. He does spot out Leaf, but he has a rendezvous. Can teleport away, and Mitch still has this weird kind of one-way wall to fight forward. OPTIC lacking in the utility, but they do have the flash to work with, and Yay somehow gets one off the drop down.
Yeah, the Headhunter is just jet knives in Sheriff form. Some way, somehow, Yay gets that kill. Leaf and Zeppa, though, they're not done fighting. They're going to keep that fight pushing forward, and for OPTIC, they've got to make a move here. They're running out of time. Now running out of players as Zeppa plays Ring Around the Rosie to find 3 on the pistol and to secure it for Cloud9.
Yeah, 9 versus 1. No force buy for OPTIC, no real reason to do so. So, Cloud9 like to find their road to 10.
And it's an uncontested road as they creep their way up to the B site. The crunch from Arcade and Drop, unfortunately, doesn't find a whole lot. Leaf was the one to get out of dodge. Okay, FNS finds one with the classic weapon to be retrieved. Unfortunately, it's just a bit too far out of reach as the paint shells continue to find value for both of the teams. And the blast packs are just so darn good. Zeppa wants the showstopper. He's farming it up. Just give it to him as Yay steals one back. There's a bit of economic damage. The bonus gonna be hurting just a bit. He's got himself a stinger, but 3 kills and a spike defuse while he's running out of time seems like a tall ask.
Yeah, reached too far in this one. Yay can try and deal a little bit more damage. The timing not right for it, so Mitch takes that one on through. 3 players left alive on the Cloud9 side.
Actually, they might just concede this one out towards Drop.
Another one of these fast plays off the Brimstone utility. Zeppa charges on forward. Dish control is already here. Yeah, they're instead just looking went towards his site early. They're just going for it maybe here. At least wanted to provide that. They've pulled full rotation on over. No one is in a position to lurk, so instead, noise cut. Now, here comes the quick re-exact. That utility combo is great, but FNS too slippery for it. Victor not as lucky as he falls on down, but Crashies was never cleared in main, and Yay as well finds a frag. Mitch needs to win this. The 1v1 could be massive, but it actually doesn't fall to him. Instead, Vanity on the backstab, and now the Sage Wall up. Time being bought, space being gained, and a 3v2 to work around here in the post plant.
And the Sage Wall is just too much. Finesse, he was able to take down one portion of it. Unfortunately, it still blocked A main. Enough for Mitch to stay safe. And their player down, they have to find something right off the rip here. And it's, big shoes to fill here for Finesse. He's got 2 right in front of him. Marv out on the swing and the run and gun through the box. Vanity will find a 3rd. And Mitch just on the other side. Ooh, might just run down FNS. Doesn't want to allow him to save the weapon here. And the economy's going to be hurting should he die. No matter what, but it does seem that he's made the great escape. We'll toss out a flash backwards and hope to survive for the rest of this round.
Yeah, and I don't think anyone's going to be really in a position to punish, so Finesse does keep a gun on through, but Cloud9 clearly coming in of Zeppa's raise util, so using some things to switch on up. But still, a little bit of money to work with. OPTIC is forced on into this, and early on, starts all right. Marv picks up a double.
Yeah, good results there into the aggression and return on investment for what they brought into this round. Fortunately, Finesse able to do more than just help out his team in way of fault line. Finds a kill onto Leaf, and Cloud9 in another position where they got to claw their way back in. A player down. We've seen him do it before. The Sky Smoke goes forward and allows both Mitch and Vanity to creep up the ropes, and Finesse falls asleep on the angle. Mitch some way finds the headshot. The jump peaks are there. Wall looking to go up, and the paint shells will force him back. So in the 2v2, the close angle's being held with the guns in the hands, right? The Judge, the Spectre, it's not great should these fights come from another angle. So you have to be praying for OPTIC that this is where they want to go out towards towers. Their last 2 remaining Sky Smokes, they go down at the worst possible time, but the long-range duels will go the way of Cloud9 and OPTIC.
They'll try and use them in this round, but the weapons themselves tough. And look at this, Cloud9 is expecting aggression. They have an orbital strike ready, use it immediately.
And they send that one out, but they're answered by so much utility, just stuck in the corner here just outside A main. It's basically a full reset across the board. Aftershock toss. Victor looking to get up close and personal. The showstopper answered, but we go 1 for 1 at the end of the day. And the Viper's pit comes down to make sure that Cloud9 have a hard time, pushing their way through as Finesse looks to sneak back out towards the site. He's forced to answer to Leaf. And the close range battle doesn't go Leaf's way this time around, so the back and forth ensues. The chaos ensues, and OPTIC need to find a way to hang on as Ye plays inside the cloud smoke. Vanity privy to this, trying to hold the angle. The tour de force gonna back away for now, and OPTIC wait for Cloud9 to make a play. Marv drops into stands, picks the kill into Mitch.
Yeah, that's a big one to find now. 2v3. And Ye knows what's going on. Marv, however, has no recourse. He was stunned through all of that, so it gets a little bit strange in this one. The spike is isolated, stuck out in the open. Ye needs to be killed, and it's Vanity's job to do so. Gets spotted. He's zoned out of this one. They just should be able to find this rotation. Group up with Vanity on the site, so now Crashies. It falls to him, and he makes the right play. It's only one.
A tap on the spike. Vanity just trying to stay alive, but he's got an op just around the corner in way of tour de force, and OPTIC have done it. They hang on.
Under instead, in towards a post it could have found a little bit more value, but it's all good. They win it out, 1 versus 1 to come on through, and they stay alive in this map, at least for the moment. Cloud9, though, they're looking to set up towards another one of these B-splits. It's been very potent thus far, and it's a Rolling Thunder to work with.
And Rolling Thunder on the opposite side, but nothing hits Marv here. So he's going to be able to plant his feet safely. Mitch going to go up atop the wall, and Ye falls once more to Leaf. The spike to be planted. I mean, in the site, they don't even have to fight for it. Finally, they'll look to do so, but the flashes catches everybody, Marv included. And OPTIC down a player, a resurrection to swing on through, and although they're fighting back, they're trading the kills the best they can. The numbers are not in favor. Finally, Finesse will get something back. Victor now going hunting. The rocket launcher on his shoulders. What can he find as he might be forced to throw the rocket up into heaven? Doesn't even find some damage, unfortunately. He's got a low HP member in Finesse to try and help him out around the corner. Leaf gonna take him down. He continues the hot streak as Victor tries to fight for everything, but it's not enough at the end of the day, and it's Cloud9 to push us to map 3.
Yeah, Cloud9, look,